This week on the Property Hillbillies, I attempt to sort a couple leaks in the ceiling. I finally get the drywall done in the lounge, and thank God it's time to get those granite bench tops sorted in the kitchen. Right, we're looking at some tiles, thinking in the bathroom, on the bathroom side, some nice big tiles, but we want to go for like almost like a black, but a sort of a stone style. What were you just saying? Oh, about the height.
Yeah, because they're so big. I suppose you still from the floor would need. Could you just use 3 high?
3 high would be heaps.
Would
It'd
it
be
be
1.8, yeah, because that'd be, yeah, that's 3 high is going to be as high as me. So that's going to be too high.
Too high, so we'd only need 2 high.
But I'm just thinking, of course I didn't before we left, should have mentioned how high the taps actually are, because it might be just higher than 2. So I might have to actually cut like the bottom one to be smaller, or the 1200.
So it sits under the tap.
Halfway up the wall is going to be 1350. We did it, didn't we do these ones? Oh, we did similar to those, but they didn't have the metal bit on them.
Yeah.
See, this, hey, cool, look at these. These are outdoor solar lights, like up lights and stuff we could use for the outside.
Why are these so neat?
Yeah, no, these ones, see look, these are all, they've got their own solar panel, so you just mount it to the outside of the house and it will just turn on at night or whatever.
Well, now I hate coming down from my bedroom, but...
It's quite cool. I mean, what about things like that there, this brown wooden one here?
Yeah, I like the shape, I just don't know if I like that wood, it looks cheap.
Oh, do you get him?
What are you doing that plain black?
That's, we did those ones in 2 hours.
You're miles away with these troubles in your head. You might think something that I've already said. You're days away from sleeping.
You get this small one, 37.
I mean, I guess you've got to might as well get something to last, eh? Though these aren't gas heaters.
Leave me by the water's edge to find my self-respect. Cause I have seen the future and it's living in your head. One more night of this so tired, aching loneliness.
Here we go.
Until I'm curled up in my place beside the lioness. Because you're days away from sleeping in your bed. You're miles away with
right, fresh load of jib. So gone a bit for some bit longer pieces this week, because I'd like to get the whole lounge jibbed up and plastered this week, ready to paint. So the ceiling pieces, you want to sort of have one piece to go wall to wall. So I've got 3 6s here, which I didn't actually measure it, so I'm hoping they're going to be long enough. I think they will, and then the rest of this just to keep going. But I think this week the goal is going to be to completely finish jibbing the whole house and start plastering. So yeah, let's crack into it. Morning. This morning Sipra and I are heading over to the mount because we need to get a new flashing piece for around the chimney. The people who we bought it off did a shit job, obviously, and there's a leak there. And I looked at the weather forecast this morning and I didn't realise, but it's supposed to piss with rain tomorrow, and I really want to get that leak sorted. So in the car over to the mount, going to some place, Roofing Industries or something, to grab something. Been running around all day. It's almost 1 o'clock, just trying to get the stuff I need to get this chimney leak sorted. Found a local guy and he's really good. He sorted me out this tape and a bit of advice on what to do. What we're going to do is basically a temporary fix for now, just because we've got like big thunderstorms coming in tomorrow and we need some proper flashings to get made. And so, but hopefully this is going to tide us over and to stop water coming in until I can get something else done. Right, so as you can see, this is the state before. You can see we're not that long ago I chucked a bunch of silicone in there just to try and stem the flow a bit, because we're talking about a pretty serious leak. But yeah, so now what we're going to do is cut that thing and slide it over the top. Right, it's not necessarily pretty, but I hope it's effective. This MS black stuff, I've never used it before. It's a MS Safe Seal sealant. It's basically like liquid rubber. It's absolutely awesome. So I'm glad I found that. Thanks Daniel for giving me the heads up on that. So hopefully, yeah, we've got that aqua seal around, and then I've bogged the hell out of it with that stuff. And then up here, I've got this special tape here. And I've run that along where we think there could have been another small leak. Obviously, this is not to code, this is not long term, this is just for right now, for the storm that's coming tomorrow. When Daniel's leg's better, he's going to give us a hand and we're going to fix the whole thing right up. But yeah, fingers crossed that gets the job done. I'm covered in this black stuff though. Ryan's not very good at clean up and making sure he doesn't make a mess. He's more focused on getting things done, which sometimes it's not a positive. Anyway, hopefully job done. Shit, it took me most of the day. It's 2 o'clock. Now I've got to get all the jib inside. I've got a whole shitload of it there for when it starts raining. You see what that is? That's the jib lifter. See what room I'm in? I'm in the lounge. Let's do it. Time to smash these ceilings out. First, just put a little bit of bats around, but it's going to rain this weekend and I've got a whole lot of jib sitting outside and I don't want to leave it outside and I can't be fucked to like leaning it up inside, so why not just put it right up? These sheets are much bigger than the normal ones. These are 3/6s. I've been using 3/7s, so they're a lot bigger. So I've got the jib lifter out to maximum size. Could be a bit trickier. Let's see how hard it is for me to get these.
To keep you safe from evil and the beating in your chest. Because you're days away from sleeping in your bed. You're miles away with these troubles in your head. You might think something that I've already said.
Sure, that's the most awkward
days away from
way to do
sleeping.
that. I have no idea if this is going to go smoothly or not.
Leave me by the water's edge to find myself respect. Cause I have seen the future and it's living in your head. One more night of this old tired aching.
Well, a few sheets up. Had a bit of a moment there before we got that sheet up. And then we were pulling the jib lifter down and one of the claws caught on the side and we couldn't do anything and the jib lifter was sort of coming down and it pulled one and then it, as you probably saw, pulled the entire piece of jib down. And I had a bit of a moment and, you know, the reality is I said I wouldn't sugarcoat anything and that's honestly the truth. I had to walk away and come back because, you know, sometimes, especially when you're under a lot of pressure and then something goes wrong and when you're doing jib and, you know, the glue's drying, you've got to get things up. It's a lot of pressure and it's not all sunshine and rainbows. It is not all sunshine and rainbows. People that think this shit's easy, it ain't. It ain't. I just got home with tiles and everything I need to do the tiling. And then I just sort of realized I was just sort of lining up and then I thought, you know what? I could get away without plastering first, but just there's a couple spots that I just thought, you know what? Maybe I'll actually get this room fully plastered first. But I'm kind of under the pump because the plumbers are coming to fit everything off on Friday. And so I want to make sure all the tiling's done by Friday. It's Wednesday today. and that means I need to have all the plastering coats done and sanded by Friday so I can get the tiles up before, well actually no, need to be done by Thursday, tomorrow night. So I'm gonna finish the drywall on the roof and the bathroom. I'm gonna get straight in, do the first coat, and then I'm gonna have to chuck a heater in here and yeah, just try and use a heat gun or something and just dry it as quickly as possible so I can get another coat on and another coat and sand it by tomorrow night. Yeah. Step one done, finished the ceiling and this piece across here, so that's going to be a nice little feature. Now to start plastering, I was just realizing I've basically got 24 hours to have this whole room with 3 coats of plaster and sanded and then tile it tomorrow night before the plumbers come on Friday, so better get cracking. So for plastering, you're going to need 2 main things, 150mm broad knife and 100mm is what I use for the corners and stuff. I use paper tape for the corners. You're going to fold that up to make your corner, and just depending on what it is, if I've got butt joins and stuff, I'll use the fiberglass, but otherwise I'll use the paper because it is stronger. Now, one thing with plastering as well, I would say, is that it's something you can do yourself. I've done a lot of it, so I'm pretty decent, but if you really want to get a perfect finish, it's better to get a professional, but it is doable. The thing is, if you get it on, you can always sand it back. So give it a go, is what I would say. Plasters are generally quite expensive, and if you're just doing a small area, it's worth just giving it a go yourself. You can buy small buckets of plaster, go on YouTube, find videos on how to do it, and just hook into it. So the corners are often going to be the trickiest part of plastering, so I'll give you a 1-minute demo on how to do it. First of all, grab your paper, and you're going to want to get to the top, find the top what you need, run your hand down like so. Right, now we've got the bottom, we'll get our knife, chop that. Now you can grab that, there's a line down the middle of the paper there. We're going to fold it. Now we've got our folded piece, like so. Put that to the side. This is where I use the 100mm broad knife trowel. Grab your plaster, and then make sure all of your screws are screwed right in. Looks pretty good here. And then you're going to grab your plaster and run it down the wall, like that. Make sure you mix your plaster first, so you'll find it'll be much smoother. So you want to have a decent amount on, but not too much. You'll sort of get the hang of it over time, but you don't have to worry too much about excess because you're going to get the opportunity to scrape that excess out. Now you're just going to fit your paper into the corner. Just sort of gently get it in the right spot. Down, and this will get rid of some of your excess plaster as well, which you can get rid of. All the way up the bottom. Just like that. Making sure that the paper's sticking in any spots that you can see it's just not sticking, just give it a little touch. And if it still won't stick, you can always just add a little bit more plaster underneath the paper. So that's looking good. Paper's all sticking nicely. But if we leave it like that, there's a chance it might bubble. So what we want to do is actually put basically a thin, very thin layer of plaster over, and then basically scrape it off. So you're almost leaving it, sort of run it down, like so. This is just a thin layer. Excess is on the side there. Right, there we go. All done. 7 minutes it's taken us to do that whole corner. And then so we will wait till tomorrow, and then we'll do another coat after that. 419, first coat done. As you can see, looking good. So I've got the fan on. We don't actually have a heater. I tried to find one, don't know, it must be in storage, but hopefully the fan can help. I'd like to get another coat on tonight if I can, and then another coat on in the morning, and then hopefully sand it by, I don't know, tomorrow night, and then put the tiles on. Yeah, I don't know, but just gotta go hard. So it's been a bit of a crazy week this week. In between properties, I normally do, I'll do a bit of plastering or other handyman type jobs to just keep that money rolling in. I don't normally take on jobs while we've got a property going, but friends of ours needed some work done, and I sort of put my hand up and said I'd do it. And it's ended up being a bigger job than I anticipated. Yeah, so I've been here for quite a few hours this week, so I've been running back and forward trying to get this done. But yeah, that is an important thing though as well. Doesn't matter what you're doing, you've always got to keep that money flowing.
Put a bit of wall up here.
Oh yeah.
And rent the back and then...
Gee, so these are all, I'll just grab a couple of little things. These are all the bits of granite, obviously. How do you move something that big? Because
that and then it will...
oh yeah.
So the more weight, the more on.
Yeah, okay.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, clever.
We're putting the wall right through under the steel portal.
Oh, from here back. So we've got a bit of work to do moving all this bloody granite in that. I got the boys from Waikato Stonecraft here today. You might remember Jared from earlier. He, the builder that helped get a lot of the stuff done here. This is old man. They own Waikato Stonecraft, and they're here to sort the bench out. So you can see we've managed to get the bench up into place, but there's been a couple little issues we've run into. Need to add a bit more on the side, but yeah, she's a good day.
So we're going to cut another piece out of it. I can do that outside, the 75mm bit.
Oh yeah.
Grind that to that.
Shit, that was like butter.
Yeah, it does.
Look at that.
I can get it from Italy, can't get it here.
Oh really?
And it's expensive as. Get the heights right before you put it in. See that little cut I put in there?
Yeah, yep.
Gives it a bit of stability. We're pretty tight on that one. So that will go back. Put the jib back a bit, Jared, if it'll go over. Yeah, that's right, mate. Cool. You keep yours up high. Yep. Yeah, we can go on low.
Yep, we're good here.
Oh, you're in all the way.
Yep.
Okay. Might have to just bring this one up to it.
Yeah, yep.
I've got some seam setters to do that joint.
So these also, can you also climb glass buildings with these?
Yeah, could.
Tom Cruise.
Yeah.
That's pretty clever, isn't it?
So that uniformity all the way along, that's enough. Then we're going to leave. 100, 200, 400, so on, all that order.
I need to get some decent knee pads. Hey, what is?
So I'm going to pull these ones up for the last fill.
So Ryan's on the 60 grid at the moment. And he's on to 100,
next, so you reckon
200,
that's probably ready for the next.
400, 800,
You got rim right around?
1500,
Okay.
3000.
Is that uniform?
Go to see the
Yep.
Just doing a bit of a light polish up. You remember the crack that used to be there? Not anymore. Where does this granite come from?
This granite comes from India.
India.
Where's that other
Up near Kashmir.
Cashmere.
Up near Kashmir.
Oh, there you go. So what are a couple of the benefits of granite as opposed to the new
Engineered.
yeah, the engineered stuff?
Engineered stone. Engineered stone.
It's more or less like a
Engineered stone
composite.
is shit compared to this.
Yeah.
Now this will take heat.
Yeah.
Whereas your engineered is, you get something out of the oven 180 degrees plus,
Yeah.
gonna burn market.
Right, the boys have just left and the bench is in. We celebrated with just a couple heinies. But damn, that is looking epic. What do you think? There used to be the crack here. So you can still see a tiny thing, but shit, that looks good. Start to visualize now. You've got your bench tops there. We're gonna have lights down here out onto your deck. It's gonna be a good thing. I'm not gonna give a bathroom reveal because the plumbers are coming on Friday and I'd rather have it be a full thing when it's done. So that's gonna be the end of this week's video. Thanks for watching, and if you like the channel, make sure you subscribe, give us a thumbs up, and we'll see you next week.